believe we have our guest here. I believe we have our Mersh. Can you introduce him while I pull him up?
Ladies and gentlemen, he is a legendary comic book artist. He is host of the Trash Cast.
It's not the Chicago Bulls intro. What is this?
He's the van Sciver.
What's up, man?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
How you doing?
What are you
Let me
eating?
tell you something.
You're doing carnivore? You said you're doing carnivore?
Yeah, I'm doing carnivore, but I'm also having some lifesavers right now.
Oh, that's very
Lifesavers
carnivore.
candy.
That's very carnivore.
Doesn't feel carnivore?
Sort of negates the
Revenge
carnivore.
of the Sith tonight is brought to you by Lifesavers Candy.
Hey, we're not getting any of that
Yeah,
money.
come on. We're not getting the fucking money, man.
I took an endorsement, fellas. I told everybody I was going to be on the biggest show on Rumble.
Oh.
And I immediately
you're on
decided
Cat
to cash
Turd?
in on that.
Yeah, you're on Cat Turd Show. It's not us.
To me, it's you guys. I just
Thank
want you to know that.
Thank
Big
you.
fan.
Thanks for finally coming on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we wanted you on for a while. Like the truth of the matter is, and you brought it up, it's like we always want to have guests on, but also we just doing the work to get guests is like a thing, and it's like,
Bro, and then you line up a day, and then I drive all the way to this fuck's house so I could be in studio for a guest, and then they just don't.
Oh, we've
show.
had guests bail on us.
Like,
yeah.
oh, nice.
I thought you guys lived together. I had this impression that you guys rented out this awesome kind of little palace.
Yeah, it's like Entourage.
Yeah, it's just like Entourage.
Virgie's our turtle.
Yeah, and women hate us.
It's not true. It's not like Entourage. We can't get a Jewish agent.
Yeah. I
way more gay stuff.
I gotta tell you, and this is we have a lot of guests on sometimes, and we have to pretend to know what they did, and be like, oh yeah, you're great. But
It's nice when you don't have to bullshit.
You don't have the
right?
bullshit. Dude, I read a lot of your fucking I own them in a long box to tell you what a fucking nerd I am, okay? The Flash Rebirth fucking rules, dude.
It does. I hated Flash Rebirth.
See?
That was like, well,
Virgie
see,
and
this
I
is
were
the
saying
whole.
we liked it.
Well, you know what? It's probably the most popular thing that I did. But I it wasn't good. I was supposed to do Blackest Night with Jeff Johns.
Awesome.
I created both of those events.
Mm-hmm.
I said, we need to bring back Barry Allen, and then also let's run a whole plague of fucking zombies on the Green Lantern Corps. And both of them sounded great. I did all the designs for Blackest Night. And then DC kind of said, you can choose one of those because we're going to run both of those events at the same time. So I chose Flash Rebirth because I figured I'd bring back Barry Allen. I have some regrets. But you know what? Now that you've said that it's your favorite thing,
yeah,
makes me feel a little bit better.
I like it. Dude, Virgie, you read it too, right?
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, that was one of the, when I was like 14, 15, it was like one of the first graphics I ever read. Like, it was phenomenal artwork. That shit fucking ruled, Ethan. I'm sorry. Like, you're
Virgie, he marks out for that. And you know, the great part is that now I've moved on to bigger and better comic books.
That's a pretty good comic, bro. That's a good read.
Ooh.
I will say this,
it's very
man.
absorbent.
I've seen some of the pages you put out of Cyberfrog, like on Twitter too, and dude, your art is fucking insane. Like, you are a really good artist. It's very eye-pleasing.
Look at
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What 3D rendering model thing do you use?
What do you use?
What do you use
what's
to
your
render
AI art?
your locations?
You know, it's unbelievable that I was talking to another artist today who was around in the 1990s, back in Rob Liefeld's studio during the Image Comics days, and we were laughing together about Isom and fucking Eric July and what he's doing, because Glasshouse Studios, and no offense to Dave Campiti and the boys over there, the boys from Brazil, wink, but what they do is. For a long time, they have been like pre-packaging artwork. They used to be called Lightbox Studios because the boys over at Extreme Studios used to feel like Glasshouse, those Brazilian guys, would just lightbox and trace like other comic book creators' work. And they were able to get stuff out real quick. Dave Campiti, the guy who runs that studio, negotiates with American publishers and then just offers them these Brazilian packaged comics. It is unbelievable that Eric July has turned to them, but it's also very funny. It's like reflective of kind of doing comics, on a budget, just like in the 1990s, comics that weren't very successful. So it's amusing. So now what they're doing is they're using 3D assets instead of lightboxing other creators' work. They just go on there and they just kind of run Chat GPT to create comic book scripts, and then use 3D assets. And they don't even draw over them. They're not even tracing. They're just placing them down onto the page now, running a little filter over them to make them look like line artwork and calling it art. And this is what, Eric July apparently is into. This is what he did with the $3.7 million that people gave him.
It's
Unreal.
egregious.
That's
It
not
kind of
much
reminds me
money.
of remember the X-Men cartoon growing up when they
Yeah.
just suddenly like hired a bunch of Koreans.
Oh yeah,
And they were like,
the art
"Yeah,
change.
we'll just do it over there now." And the whole fucking show, you're like, "What happened?
Yeah,
This looks
quality
terrible."
Just went completely down. Yeah, I think it's funny because this whole Eric July thing and something could have been easily avoided just by saying something simple like, "All right, I guess it's not for everybody." That's it.
Right.
And then all of this would have just gone away. But
All
instead,
would have taken.
he doubled down. He got so fucking angry. He started lashing out at anyone who said anything bad about it, calling him out, calling the cop, telling people to run up, and then people show up and he just runs away. Like, I don't understand what he's trying to do. I read Isom, and not regardless of my views of him, I read the whole thing and I was like, I don't like this. I don't want to read another one. And it was just saying that to him would make you don't get it. You just don't get how deep it is. I know.
The
I
fact,
know.
Well,
that,
he's
the
got
fact
a
that he
weird
got
thing,
Riley
like-
taken down too, like he got Riley's Twitter taken down, and
Yeah.
it's like Riley is not a guy to be scared of. Like
Yeah.
he's one of the nicest guys.
Yeah.
He's a goof.
I don't know. You see those videos of him like with giant scissors? I'm coming to cut your back hair. That's pretty scary.
That's some scary stuff,
He's
bro.
such a fucking goofball.
One of the things that you need to know in order to get better at art is you need to be able to accept criticism. You need to be able to identify what good criticism is and then learn to grow from it. And you need some humility. Now, I'm somebody who's been doing this for 30 years plus. All of my friends in Comicsgate are people who've been doing this for decades and decades, and we still criticize each other. We still recognize that we're not where we need to be. And when somebody offers us valid criticism, and sometimes it comes from people who hate us, it's like sometimes it comes from people who are like, fuck Ethan Van Sciver, look at his art, like that arm's too long. And it's like, yeah, okay, like that's actually, you got a point there. Maybe I could fix that next time around. Eric reacted to valid criticism from the great Dick Masterson as though it was going to destroy his entire world rather than help him. And since then, like all of this, everything that's happened to him, which has been very funny, in my opinion, has all come from that one moment where like his pride made it impossible for him to just accept the fact that his first comic book out of the gates wasn't a masterpiece. In fact, it wasn't very good at all. And from there, it's all kind of gone downhill. Just the fact that he doesn't have a sense of humor about himself, he's unable to laugh, he's unable to accept that he's not perfect. All of this has made him into this kind of hubris, has kind of led to a pretty precipitous downfall. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I love Trashcast. My thing is just I've liberated myself from having to kind of excuse him or apologize for him or stand by him, which I think everybody in the community seems to want to do.
That's the
I decided I
that's the
don't want
part.
to.
That's the part that we were that I've talked about a lot, and a bunch of people talking about. It's like there is this cognitive dissonance, right, with this entire group of people that they made their careers criticizing comic books, criticizing Disney, criticizing everything. And then the moment somebody goes and does it to somebody that they like, quote unquote, I don't think they like them. Honestly, my honest opinion, I think a lot of this has turned into just gross clout chasing. And that's probably why we're not as big. We could be bigger but we can't. Like I can't.
These
I won't
guys
do it.
gatekeep, man. Conservatives gatekeep each other
All
so
the
bad.
time.
I know I've seen it happen to you guys. I've seen it happen to others. But like this show, honestly, you two guys are some of the funniest guys on in YouTube, you're on Rumble. But
Yeah.
in this space. And I feel like for some reason, you're not on these big shows. You're not getting guest appearances on some of these big, conservative YouTube channels. Why? Why
Well,
not?
We haven't been very nice either.
Well, it's not that we're not nice.
neither
right?
have
It's that
I,
we're
but who
but we're
cares?
honest. No, the problem is that we're honest, right? Like Like there's this like the amount of people. This is a perfect example. The amount of people right now pretending Ben Shapiro and Tom McDonald's song is good. Like these people don't really believe that, but it's just a matter of we got to chase the clout, we got to chase the numbers, we got to.
We have to believe it.
Look right
for
now.
The bit.
Right now we have we almost like 5,000 people watching live right now. Right now those numbers are better than most of these other people that have millions of people on Twitter, but it's because people don't like us. People don't like us because we're just fucking honest. When you're being a fucking nerd, you're a nerd. Look, people criticize us all the time. Who gives a shit? But that's the issue. That's what happened with the Eric July thing. You see it happen a lot. It's happening with the Dom Lucre stuff now too, which is people see the numbers and go, oh, this guy could further my career. This guy comes on my show, he can legitimize me. And then you can't honestly then critique anything if you're looking at it through that lens. And that's the part where, like, look, I'll be honest with you. Like, even if there's people that we like, they'll be like, that's pretty fucking stupid. Why did you do that? You know?
Well, it's like the Dom Lucre thing, and like, Tim Pool's a good example. And going back to Eric July, like Eric July is the best example of his biggest sin was he took Dick Masterson more seriously than Dick Masterson takes Dick Masterson.
Yes.
And the minute you do that, you lose, bro. Like it's just
that was the biggest mistake. Like that's the issue. A lot of these people, I think, take themselves too seriously, and we never do. It's like, yeah, we don't care. We're idiots. Like we always tell people, do not listen to us for advice. We just want to make you laugh. Like we really don't care what you do.
Like,
and a lot of
your show sucks. And you're like, it does suck. That's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that.
Like,
it rolls off my back.
It kind of reminds me of like when, Gene Siskel tried to make a movie, right? When all he did was criticize movies, and that movie flopped. It was a terrible movie. Nobody liked to see it. It's like, I think with Eric July, I'm like, just because maybe you might be good at criticizing something doesn't necessarily mean you're good at doing that thing,
Well, here's the thing. I'm great at criticizing this shit, and I'm great at doing it. And this is what scares these guys, I think. I think this is one of the reasons why Trashcast right now is taking off in this space. Listen, it's so easy to sit back and just say, the Star Wars guys, the guys over at Lucasfilm, they fucking suck, and Disney sucks, and all this stuff sucks, Marvel sucks. The worst Marvel comic book right now, the worst, most woke SJW comic book that Marvel is putting out is miles better than Isom.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the reality. And it doesn't, it's because those guys are competent. Those people know how to make comic books. I know. I worked with actual creative people for 30 years.
But do they have a warehouse?
Like.
Yeah, do they have a warehouse? And are they forklift?
And do they have a drone in the warehouse?
No, yeah. They work with Diamond Distribution. They're the ones who have the warehouses. No, like Eric built.
Okay, that's very funny.
Eric built a shipping service. Like he didn't build a comic book company. He built. That's what he is.
It worked for Jeff Bezos.
We'll see how. This is a creative industry. These are people who, who should be working on learning how to tell stories. This is what Dick Masterson told him. This is what I'm telling everybody.
Yeah.
You could sell a comic book. You could sell merch, YouTuber merch, to your audience for only so long. If you wanted to grow past that and push back, I agree. I think right now Hollywood and the comic book industry is overtaken by woke messaging. It's disgusting. I think there are more people who are concerned about how they look to each other rather than the stories that they're creating for other generations. They're squatting on IPs that they purchased from dead geniuses, and they're ruining them. And so what is the answer to that? We can sit there and point the finger and say, fix it. They can't fix it. These people have no idea. They don't know how to tell stories. Well, you know what? Neither do most of these critics. Learn how to tell stories. Stories are worth billions of dollars. A good story is worth billions of dollars. So learn how to tell a story, get it in paper, put it, get it in print, get it circulating out there. And that's how we're going to make a difference. If we are going to push back against woke culture, if that is one of your goals, and that's one of my goals, then that's how to do it. And responding with rage and fury to basic story structure criticism, listen, I don't know who it's impressing. It's not impressing anyone in Hollywood. It's not impressing anyone in the comic book industry. And it certainly isn't impressing me.
Well,
someone hasn't seen Lady Ballers.
Yeah, that's right. Lady Ballers, that wonderful, fantastic. Oh my God!
Why are we doing this? Why do conservatives do this? Why it's like, okay, so you got a chance to make a rap song. Why does it have to be about conservative politics?
Because they're nerds. Because they're nerds. Here's what it is. We bring this up. This is the thing where great point, pushing back at the woke stuff. What that means is we don't want any political message shoved down our goddamn throats. You could have messages, we get it, they're subtle. Great example I always bring up is Star Trek, right? Like the Next Generation. Yeah, sure, it's a liberal show, whatever, but they had, their messages were slight and they were in there, wasn't the down your throat. I don't want to hear any sides, woke or based opinion. Just make a good story. Go back to entertaining us. I always say people want to go back to, I want to go back to the 1950s. I want to go back to 1997, bro. Like, I don't even want to go back that far. I just want
97.
Yeah,
That's good.
97 is a great year.
96, 97, around there is perfect. Yeah. I mean, the way you beat wokeness is simple. You make good stuff, you make money, and then you just don't be woke.
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't that be kind of simple, right?
All stories should be open to interpretation by people who are reading them. It's like, you read, you watch Star Wars, and hey, listen, that could be speaking to me as a conservative, or it could be speaking to somebody else as a liberal. It depends on what you want to interpret from it and what you want to take from it. That to me is really, really good storytelling. But I think it's really self-defeating that all of our efforts at lady ballers, you have the money to make a movie. Why can't it be a movie that everybody is going to think is funny, that isn't so pointedly on the nose about whatever whatever we're complaining about in the culture right now? It'd just be amazing if somebody could write a song, a conservative could use their money to write a song and make it a love song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why not do that? Something that everybody could enjoy. And then suddenly you've got a conservative who's out there writing music and getting top 40 hits, and everybody likes it.
Yeah,
and then suddenly that's how to bust things open. Like, write things that everybody can appreciate, everybody can relate to.
100% agreed. We actually, for our locals, riffed Lady Ballers with Dick and Vito, and it was fucking hilarious. But
that was a lot of fun.
It was 90% of that movie was putting guys in dresses to own liberals. It was really weird.
The best part of the movie was that this guy had like an 8-year-old daughter in the whole movie, just hanging around in the men's dressing room while they were dressing in dresses.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just talking all this trans stuff around this little kid, and I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing in this movie? I thought this is kind of against your message, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what it is. And I think that I agree with you. Just hating something, it doesn't make you good at doing it, and you need to actually try to learn to build a good story outside of whatever your political message is. Like you said, basic story structure, right? Who's the protagonist? Why do I like this dude? Why do I hate this dude?
Well, that's why I can explain Isom to you. It's very simple. He's a black guy, and his superpower is he has no impulse control, and he's violent, and he hits people.
Oh.
That's his superpower.
Well, that makes sense now. I get it now.
He's a black guy who makes a scene.
Yeah. That doesn't make him unique.
The whole fucking comic could just take place.
Out.
The whole comic could take place in a Spirit Airlines terminal.
That's funny. He should be. The cover should be him fighting at an airport,
yelling at a fucking one of the desk agents.
Yeah. I like that. It'll be called So I'm Late. Will the flight wait?
Vito's in the chat. He said he should fight his enemies in an IHOP.
Vito, you asshole. No, man, but I mean, it's they were so mad at you, like that little nerd group that I don't know what you call them, but that little commune of people were so mad at you for not like just blindly standing up for him because what? He's an independent like so what? Like
pronouns guy, right? Pronouns.
Oh yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Yeah, they get so mad, and I was like, why are you mad at the guy? Like, this guy knows what he's doing. He's criticizing it because isn't that what you want? Like, dude, if you're doing something, you would want somebody who has like 30 years of experience to be like, hey man, this is good, this is bad, this will help, whatever. And that's a great point. The first thing that, if you listen to the first show Merchant I ever did before the event, it's horrible.
It was really good.
It's fucking horrible.
It was really good.
You grow, you get better.
We were perfect on day one.
No, we weren't. We were terrible.
Yeah, I just think that, there's the group that you're talking about is mostly concerned with the appearance of success rather than actual success.
Right.
So it's like, why are you preventing this strong black man who makes us all look not racist by his mere presence of being here? Why are you stopping him from being successful? Well, I mean, because him making money doesn't mean anything. What we want to do, if anything, here is to be able to push back and be good at what we're doing.
Yeah.
So that means having to learn, and we're already at this severe disadvantage because this guy has a huge audience. There's a lot of light on him, and yet he has an amazing amount of hubris and no talent.
Yeah.
And it makes all of us look bad. Now I've got Comicsgate is my kind of little group here, and we're made up almost entirely creator-wise of creators who used to work for Marvel and DC. Graham Nolan created Bane, Aaron Lopresti, the artist of Wonder Woman, John Malin, the artist of Cable, Shane Davis, creator of Dexstar, your Red Lantern kitty cat.
Oh yeah, tell him to follow me. I want to talk to him about cats.
Yeah, Mercer's so obsessed with cats.
He loves cats. He loves cats. We know what we're doing, and we know how to make comic books, and we don't have the audience. We don't have the audience that he has, that Eric July has yet. But hopefully we will.
Dude, Trashcast is blowing up, dude. I'm just looking at your numbers. I've been seeing them every show. They go up and up and up and up.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, I know your wheelhouse is generally comics and art, but you're actually a good host. Which is,
you're good at.
You know what I mean? Like most people are either good at one thing and shit at the other. You know what I mean? Like Eric July was more successful on YouTube and then, started doing comics. But I've seen your show and I'm like, damn, he's actually a good host.
Yeah,
too.
see, Eric July was good at reading libertarian books and repeating what they say on it. That's cool for him. That's cool. That's awesome that he could do that.
I wish I could just be black and wear a MAGA hat and have 1 million followers.
I mean,
eat chicken wings and
what
yell
I mean?
at socialists on
I
Discord.
have this mask. Do you want the mask?
I could give it because then I'd have to put on a MAGA hat.
Oh. Your prompt's not the mask, it's the MAGA
it's
hat.
not black faces I have an issue with. It's wearing a fucking MAGA hat in 2024.
Put one on. Let's go. I don't know what you guys are. I think you're both voting for Trump, right?
I'm voting Democrat. I'm a full-on accelerationist now.
Son of a
bitch. Honestly, I wasn't going to, and then Tom McDonald and Ben Shapiro made a song, and they won't shut up about it.
Problem
Ethan, don't worry. At the end, we're probably going to hold our nose and vote for Trump. But however, I will say this: Mercer's right. Tom McDonald and Ben Shapiro are making it really hard.
I am dangerously close to putting a D next to my name.
If you already put a bunch in your mouth.
Got him.
I walked right into that.
Go back to what you were saying.
It's like when a dog runs into a sliding glass door. Boom.
Because you're a fag and whatnot.
Why does my dog keep barking at my comic book? No, look, guys, stop. All right, this is a respectable artist we have on here.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. He's like, oh, hello, Comic 8.
Think about this, though. If we're going to do pandering right-wing bullshit, hear me out on this. I have an idea for a comic book, and I want Ethan to work with it on me.
Oh, fuck, here we go. I hate this.
Hit me with it.
The J6 comic book. The J6 heroes. Joe Biggs breaks out of jail. Get the gang back together again. You know that pandering horse shit would make millions.
Oh my god, that would be so good.
It would make millions, and that's what's
Dude,
wrong
what's
with
his
this
face
world.
with the big wolf thing on his
Yeah,
head?
the
What is that?
shaman
Or the
guy?
buffalo
Oh,
thing, the
yes,
shaman?
yes, the shaman.
He looks
with
like a comic book character. That'd be outstanding.
We're
I would
friends
love
with
that.
Lectern guy. We could reach out to him. He'd probably be like, "Yeah, I'm not doing
He's
that.
not
That's
dumb. I'm not
gay."
gonna do that. Lectern guy rules though. But that's a really good. That's a really good. Mersh does have an idea for a cat comic. And I think you should pitch it right now.
No, I don't have an idea for one
pitch
yet.
it.
I said I've been working with Ray on a thing because he's been doing watercolor shit. I don't actually have anything, but I do have an idea.
No, he didn't. I's embarrassed.
Don't throw me under the bus.
He has a cat comic coming out.
I don't have a cat comic.
I don't want your cat
he
comic,
does.
but that stuff that I saw, that guy Ray,
He's really good, right?
That stuff is hilarious. I love his watercolor.
And it's watercolor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Ray dude fucking rules. Like he's been doing we came across him. Mercer's been talking longer than I have, but like he's been making this little mini in own little universe, these little comic books of us in there, and they're so good. Like the Dayton Hypernova one was really good. He had this one with Alex Jones that, man, it killed me. Alex Jones was paying hookers just so he could strippers same thing, I guess. Just so he could just so he could tell them about the New World Order, and Mersh is working at the strip club. Did you see this one, Mersh?
I've seen this one. This is literally better than Isom.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And yeah, man,
It doesn't take much, but I mean that sounds
I
great.
mean, yeah, you're right.
It's a low bar. There it is. Yeah, he's really good, man. Like I was telling him, like, dude, this stuff is great.
Why does my security guard look like Steve C?
I don't know.
It is really good though. He does fantastic. Honestly, like that's when because he was just drawing like panels with me and my cats, and I'm like, that's fucking really good, man. And I was like, honestly, let me think of something to like come up with to give you to do because he's just been doing it blind. Shut up.
What, do you got so far? What is it? Tell him.
So
his superpower is cat.
His superpower is cats.
You know what, man? This is man. I can't be messing.
Oh,
with
I don't have a
because
dumb.
they're all out here trolling me. They're going to my dead grandparents' spots. Remember that one? Remember when?
You mean cemetery? You mean the graveyard?
You remember when Eric July couldn't think of the word grave? He literally blanked out for a good minute. He was like, "You can't be going to people's dead grandparents' spots."
That's the kind of writing you can expect from
I
Isom.
fucking died when he said that. I thought I was going to die.
Oh fuck, man. Dude, Ethan, your show's been blowing up. By the way, I watch it all the time. So, but I'm a fucking.
I really
nerd.
appreciate that. I watch your show too. Actually, I don't watch. I watch the clips.
Yeah.
I watch and people who watch YouTube should know. Like ROTC clips is a really fucking. It's scrumptious. I love that channel.
Oh yeah.
And I love checking in with you guys. Dane Hypernova. I love all that.
Dane's
my
so
favorite.
good.
My favorite has got to be Chris Cuomo, though. Whenever you guys tee off on Chris Cuomo, it kills me.
Did we clip the last one yet? Because I was really proud of that
It's going to be up. It's going to be up soon.
I was really proud of the last Cuomo segment.
That
was fun.
It was really
good fucking bread.
So good fucking bread.
I love that, man. I've been obsessed with the Cuomo brothers for years now. I love.
Oh man, the day remember when they had those Q-tips, those Joe Q-tips? That's the day that I love them more than anything.
What was the Q-tip thing? I don't get that joke.
Okay, I'll show you. You're gonna love this.
Q-tip.
Oh, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this.
Oh, the Q-tip thing is one of the
you're
most
gonna
cringy things
love this because you're gonna laugh for the rest of your life. When he was still working for CNN, here it is. When he was still working for CNN.
Is it gone?
Did they take it down?
Well, I guess CNN didn't want anything to do with those sex pests.
Oh, okay. Hey, find it for me. So basically, they were both on explaining how you're supposed to get, test yourself for COVID with those Q-tips. And he was making fun of his brother's nose because it was a big nose, and he had a joke Q-tip made, and it's one of the cringiest segments.
Yeah, it looked like he went to the magic shop from Pee-wee's Big Adventure and bought like a gag Q-tip.
Did he take it down?
CNN might have.
Yeah, because they hate him now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Poor Chris Cuomo.
Yeah. Poor Chris. Yeah, poor Chris. Yeah, I found it. Here it is.
Cool.
Oh my God.
Yep, here it is.
That's the thumbnail he used.
You had video come out before we go to break
you
where you wanted to encourage people to get tested, and some people are afraid it's going to hurt.
Yeah, it's like a
so
10-minute
you had
clip.
video of it that I want to show the audience of you actually getting tested.
Oh, here it is.
Here it is.
Okay, so here it is. Here you go.
He's up in Maine.
Okay.
All right, here's the swab. Is it true that this was the swab that the nurse was actually using on you, and that at first
he's so proud of the
went
joke
into
he's shaking.
your nose?
Hey, yo, Chris, Ma always said you had a big fucking nose.
Bob said, Dad's I'm really Dad's only kid.
Yeah, so
Mom
I need him to explain the joke more. I need him to go into it a little bit more.
Oh, because on account of the fact that your
it's
nose.
a big Q-tip. Because you got a big nose. You got a big. That's why we have a gigantic Q-tip here.
Ethan, good news.
And disappeared.
Good
so
news.
that
He does.
in scale, this was the actual swab that was being
Go bigger.
used.
I forgot
to
there was
fit
two.
Up that double-barrel shotgun that you have mounted on the front of your.
You hear that,
pretty
Andrew?
face.
Your nose is so fucking big that when the New York runs out of gabagool, they slice it off your fucking face.
He literally goes, that double barrel shotgun you got strapped to the front of your guinea faggot face. We're on television, dude. We're not at fucking dinner. We're not eating Ma's gravy.
Both the disgraced Cuomo brothers. Oh, fuck. That's the end of the show. Ethan, thank you for being on, man.
Yeah, Trashcast. Check it out. He's still on YouTube. That must be nice. Cyberfrog, which you can get as well. Amazing art.
On Indiegogo. Look up Cyberfrog and Indiegogo and support my comics. They're actually good. Really appreciate it.
One last question. Ethan, what was your favorite part of Isom?
My favorite part of Isom was when some big black guy throws Isom into the air, and he's sailing through the air, and the other way, Yaira is flying because she's fighting somebody else, and they collide in midair. It's the best meet cute I've ever seen in my life.
Remember when Riley showed up and taped money on his warehouse, and he was like, "I'm going to shoot at you if you show up to my business." And then Dick Masterson pointed out, "Doesn't Isom just beat people up at their own private businesses? Like, isn't that most of the comic? He shows up to people's private businesses and beats them up."
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
You're awesome, man. Thanks for finally coming on.
You're welcome on whenever you want, bud.
Okay.
All right.
I appreciate
Take it easy, dude. See you later.
Ethan Sciver.
Ethan
he fucking rules. Like I said, check out Indiegogo, Cyberfrog,
Daywave.
There it is. Sorry.
and then of course Trashcast as well.